Mojang has been relatively silent since the Sniffer's initial reveal. Today we're going to go over some things that could be great news for the Sniffer. If you're hyped for 1.20, drop a like and comment. And be sure to subscribe while you're at it. Because this is going to be fun. Let's get into this. Sniffer is an interesting mob, as indicated by its many fans. This tweet from Chi says, "Here's an early in-game peek at the Sniffer's visuals. Our team is really excited to share these with you. Let us know what you think." Screenshots in the thread. Now this has two Sniffers right there, as you can see. Now, as you can also see, this is from January 20th. So that was a while back. Now, I know this may worry some people when you look at the visuals. It may seem a little bit too high resolution. But think about this. The tweet says early in-game peek, which means it's not the final rendition. It's likely going to be worked on more, and likely has been worked on more since then. So, that means it may look different. Now, I know some people may be worried about the Sniffer's size, because here it looks kind of small, and most people would imagine the Sniffer as a much bigger mob. But I'm sure there are some people who are happy with it being this size. Nevertheless, while a lot of people are happy with the Sniffer, there are some people who have issues, as indicated by this tweet, straight from Japa. The Sniffer texture feels high res purely because it's so big, but its exact same pixel size as everything else. The Striders and Ravagers have the same. Big surface equals more detail. It's just how pixel art is. In-game, when you play with them, you'll notice it's a non-issue. Now, I kind of agree. I don't really think there's a problem with the Ravager or the Strider's size. I think the Ravager and Strider are the perfect size the way they are. And I imagine a lot of people feel the same way, and if the Sniffer stays the current size that they showed it as, then people like me and others who are happy with the Ravager and Strider sizes will likely be happy with the Sniffer size too. But I'm sure there are some people who will wish it was bigger. But personally, I like the current size. I think it's cute. Do you think the Sniffer's cute the way it is? Or do you think it needs to be bigger? Let me know in the comments. But let's look at some screenshots here. This tweet from Chi, also from January 20th, says early in-game screenshots. Now, this is 3 Sniffer shots, including one, as you can see, with Steve standing beside it, showing that the Sniffer seems to be a little bit taller than Steve in this shot. So it's actually kind of big. But let me know what you think of this Sniffer information. Now, this tweet from Minecraft says, "Introducing armor trims, a new 1.20 feature available to try in today's snapshot. Customize the look of your armor, find smithing template items throughout the world and take them to a smithing table. Mix and match materials to create your own special look." This is from the 24th of January. Now, the armor trims are cool and all, but it could be bad news for the Sniffer. Why? Because it means, as you can see in this picture, that they have a complex thing to work on. Because as you can see, they look pretty cool, but it's also complex because you have a lot of things you have to do with these armor trims. Now, that being said, I'm certain that with Mojang's budget, they likely have different teams for different features, which probably means that the armor trims have one team and the Sniffer has another team, and they can probably, fluctuate and switch people around if need be. So let's not just, jump the gun and say, oh, Mojang's lazy, they're not making the Sniffer good enough. I think they're working as hard as they can, and personally, I also think that they have a separate team for the armor trims and a separate team for the Sniffer. Because two features do not necessarily require one team to work on both. They can have two separate teams. One team for the armor trim, one team for the Sniffer. So personally, I think the armor trims have one team and the Sniffer has another team, and we have nothing to worry about. So let's not worry too much, guys. I'm certain Mojang has this handled. What do you think? Do you think the armor trims spell bad news for the Sniffer? Or do you think they have the Sniffer handled just like they did the armor trims? Let me know in the comments. Now, what does this mean for Minecraft? Personally, I think this is great for Minecraft in the long run because it gives the game character. And eventually, we get the Sniffer, a great mob for lore, and we got armor trims, a great little thing that can allow us to customize our armor and compete with our friends to see who gets the best armor and who needs to work on their armor design skills. But that's just me. What are your opinions of the Sniffer and the armor trims? Let me know in the comments. And personally, I think we don't have a thing to worry about because with Mojang's budget, they have this handled. And we don't have to worry with the armor trims and the Sniffer in their capable hands. But that's just my opinion, as is anything I've said in this video. It's all my personal opinions. What are your personal opinions? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your input on these things, because personally, I enjoy it when you guys comment. So drop me your opinions. Now, personally, I think this is all good information for the Sniffer in the long run. But what are your opinions? Do you think this is good information for the Sniffer? Or do you think it's bad information for the Sniffer? Let me know in the comments. What are your opinions? I'd love to hear them. But that's just me. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I have, because I'll see you in the next one.